Hello beautiful people and welcome. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a topic I titled the side piece. The side piece. A side piece is a modern day slang for someone who is involved in a secret romantic or sexual relationship with someone who is already in a committed relationship. After a fairy tale wedding and what seems like a magical honeymoon, a lot of couples fall back to their normal routines. And they begin to realize that the person they married actually has faults, and they begin to blame themselves for not finding out those red flags initially. But the truth is that whenever two people share the same space, the chances that they are bound to have issues are very high. Gradually, you start noticing things, little things that you did not notice initially. Things like dirty socks on the floor, the toothpaste bottle open, the toilet seat up. Gradually, these things start irritating you. And after some time of doing it the right way, or maybe the way you feel is the right way, you start complaining. And most times, the complaints are not to discredit the person, but to get the person to do things your way. But adults hardly change, so the chances of those things reoccurring are very high. So, the supposedly love story, which is meant to have the happily ever after ending, now turns into quarrels, where the man and the woman always has something to complain about. And most of the times, in the verge of trying to be heard, most conversations end up into quarrels that even sometimes they have to involve a third party to settle it. However, they get to a point where both the man and the woman get tired of trying to get the other person to change or see things in their own perspective. But because there are still some aspect of love between them, they don't really want to separate, but staying together is still hard. So, what do? They find themselves a side piece, someone who gives them what their partner cannot. While they see their marriage as strictly business, where they provide all the necessary requirements to keep the family moving. Then, on the side, they have a little fantasy world where they have a love affair where all their dreams come true. Some people say that a side piece brings balance to the home, and there will be no more fights or quarrels among couples because everyone gets what they want through other means. The man no longer complains of the wife not fulfilling her marital duties and always making up excuses of always being tired. On the other hand, the woman stops complaining of the lack of attention and affection from the man because each of them now have people or a person that fills that void that is left in their marriage. Even though it may seem like a side piece brings balance to that your marriage, the truth is that that affair is gradually digging a pit, a terrible pit that will bring disaster to your life. Why? Because things don't normally stay as it is. Everything in life is subject to change. And gradually, you will not know that you are opening doors for certain changes that you are not ready for. This is because most side pieces, especially the women, do not want to remain side pieces forever. Rather, they want to be the main thing. And therefore, they can carefully and stylishly do things that will create room for them to come in and stay permanently. This involves using manipulative tactics, causing quarrels and fights between the husband and the wife by intentionally showing their presence in the life of the man, and sometimes even going diabolical. And for the men, most of them don't really want to make another man's wife their wife because they don't want added responsibilities attached to their own life. But they can always manipulate the other person's wife to have a love child for them, and this can cause a serious problem once it is found out. A lot of people have this ideology that most great men in the Bible had multiple women and side pieces, and yet they had a very good relationship with God. But let us study the life of Solomon, for instance. Solomon, with all his wisdom, knowledge and understanding, and his wealth and affluence, he thought it wise to have 700 wives and 300 concubines. And 1 Kings 11 verse 3 told us that his wives led him astray. As Solomon grew old, his wives turned his heart after other gods, and he was not fully devoted to his God, as the heart of David his father has been. Solomon did evil in the eyes of the Lord, and he did not follow God completely. He built high places for other gods and also the gods of his foreign wives. Each of them he burnt incense to them and made sacrifices to them. The Lord became angry with Solomon because his heart has turned away from the God of Israel. So the Lord said to Solomon, "Since this is your attitude, and you have not kept my commands, my decrees, and my statutes, and you have succeeded in going to worship other gods, I will therefore tear the kingdom out from your hands and give it to your subordinates." So Solomon, even though wise, ended up becoming foolish because of the influence of his wives. Proverbs 6 verse 26 says, "For by means of a whoreship woman, a man is reduced to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for his precious life." Solomon had everything a man will wish for, but adultery reduced him to nothing. Because if you lose your good relationship with God, no matter what you think you have, you are empty. Some people will say that it was because he started worshiping other gods, and that was why he lost his relationship with God, and not because he married multiple women. But we know that his wives, as clearly stated in the Bible, were the ones that led him astray. A side piece will always cause more harm to you than good, because they will always want you to do their bidding, and this is mostly the beginning of your downfall. It is true that no relationship is perfect, but cheating is not the answer. Let us all try to address our problems and not sweep it under the carpet or nurse it in our hearts to the point that it grows and makes us hate our partner. Every happy and successful relationship that exists today have their own issues, but the couple's ability to address it is what makes the difference. Kindly watch my video titled "The Secret to a Happy Marriage" to find out ways in which you can restore the peace and the happiness that once existed in your home, rather than finding the easy way out. And with God on your side, he will guide you through your trials and storms and restore you to your happy place. If you made it to the end of this video, kindly like, share and subscribe for more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and have a blessed day. Bye.